You know, finding a moment of genuine, actual peace in our world today, it feels almost impossible, right? We're all looking for some way to just quiet the noise. Not just the noise out there, but the one inside our own heads. So today, we're going to investigate one of the most intense, most extreme methods for finding that quiet. A 10-day silent meditation retreat.
Does this look familiar? That feeling of being totally buried under pressure? The digital burnout, the mental exhaustion that just seems to follow you home from work? It's a reality for so many of us. It's this chronic stress that messes with our work, sure, but also our well-being, our happiness. So where are people turning for relief?
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll dive into this huge modern meditation boom. Then, we're going inside a 10-day silent retreat to see what it's really like. We'll explore the science, what all that silence does to your brain. We'll share some unbelievable stories of personal transformation, but we're also going to uncover the hidden dangers. And finally, we'll ask, what's the real point of this whole thing?
Yeah, that search for inner peace, it has become big business. The wellness industry has just exploded with all these apps and gadgets promising to make you calm. But kind of standing apart from all that commercial stuff is this ancient practice that, well, you can't buy.
Just look at this number. The market for meditation apps alone is projected to hit over $3.6 billion. We're literally spending billions of dollars trying to find peace to the very same devices that are often stealing it from us in the first place. Kind of ironic, isn't it?
And then you have Vipassana. It's not an app, it's not some new trend. It's this ancient meditation technique, and its name literally means to see things as they really are. It's taught in these super intense 10-day courses that are completely free. They run only on donations from people who've already done it. The goal? To see reality, your reality, exactly as it is.
So, what does it actually take to see reality? I mean, the promise is peace, but the journey to get there, let's just say it's anything but peaceful. Let's pull back the curtain and look at what really goes down during those 10 days.
So first off, forget any idea of a relaxing spa getaway. The day starts with a 4 a.m. wake-up bell. Yeah, 4 a.m. From that moment on, it is over 10 hours of silent meditation every single day. This schedule isn't about relaxation, it's a grind. It's designed to completely break down your mental habits.
And the rules? They are strict. There's what's called noble silence. That means no talking, no hand gestures. You don't even make eye contact with anyone. You give up your phone, your books, your journal, everything. All distractions are just gone. You literally have nowhere to run, forcing you to finally face whatever's going on inside your own head.
Now, forcing yourself to just sit still for that many hours is an ordeal. It's not just a mental battle. People talk about intense, borderline unbearable physical pain. This quote from one person really captures it. You're not just fighting your thoughts, you're fighting your own body, which is basically screaming at you to move. So after hearing all that, you're probably thinking, why on earth would anyone put themselves through this? Well, believe it or not, the answer lies in our brain chemistry. So let's look at the actual science of what's happening up there.
And here it is. Here's the payoff, in black and white. This chart shows anxiety levels measured right before a course and right after. Look at that drop. The average score plummets from a 10 all the way down to just over a 3. So this change isn't just some vague feeling people have. It's measurable, it's real, and it is significant.
So what is going on? Well, think of your brain as having two basic modes. You've got the default mode network. That's your autopilot brain. It's the part that wanders, worries, replays conversations, you know the one. Meditation, though, is like a workout for the other part, the task-positive network. This is your focused, in-the-moment mind. You are literally rewiring your brain to be less anxious and less distracted.
And here is the real game changer. The practice actually reduces activity in the amygdala. That's the brain's little alarm system, its fear center. And when that's less active, you have lower emotional reactivity. It creates this tiny space between something happening and how you react to it. So instead of just, boom, snapping, you can actually respond with a clear head.
Okay, but beyond the brain scans and the data, the human impact of this can be absolutely life-altering. We're not just talking about small tweaks here.
For some people, this experience is profoundly transformative.
Take this story. This is Nukatara Renzith Kumar. After a really bad hit and run, he was left with multiple severe fractures in his face. You can see it in the scans. His doctors told him he was going to need major surgery.
So while he was on bed rest, Renzith Kumar, who is already a meditator, started practicing Vipassana for 10 hours every day. He said that within just 6 days, his wounds healed and the swelling went down so dramatically that his doctors were just stunned. He absolutely credits the intensive practice with his incredible recovery. And his story isn't a one-off. Other people have reported these amazing breakthroughs. We're talking about overcoming more than a decade of horrible insomnia and nightmares. People learning to identify and actually understand their own emotions for the very first time. Resolving deep anger and pain, which, in turn, fixed their relationships with, well, everybody.
But, and this is a really important but, a technique this powerful doesn't come without risks. It is absolutely critical that we understand that for some people, this experience can be deeply unsettling.
Think about it. If you force open the door to all this deep-seated stuff without the right preparation, it can be incredibly destabilizing. So, we have to ask, what happens when this intense process goes wrong? Well, research has actually documented a whole range of adverse effects. Some people report these overwhelming physical sensations, like energy or vibrations, that just don't stop, even long after the course is over. And in some rare but very serious cases, the experience has been linked to severe psychological distress, things like burnout syndrome, and even psychosis.
And this brings up a really tough question about the support system. The courses are run by volunteer teachers, not trained therapists. And some critics, including psychologists who've been on these retreats, seriously question if the volunteers are equipped to handle the major mental health crises that a practice this deep can sometimes bring to the surface.
So, we've seen these incredible benefits, and we've seen some very serious risks. Where does that leave us? Well, it brings us to the real goal of the practice, which isn't about chasing blissful feelings or running away from pain.
The true goal is this idea of equanimity. It's about developing a balanced, non-reactive mind in the face of everything life throws at you, the good, the bad, the pleasant, the unpleasant. The point isn't to get rid of pain. Come on, that's impossible. The point is to change your relationship to it, to stop automatically reacting with craving or hatred, and instead, to just observe. And ultimately, that's the whole challenge. Vipassana means to see things as they really are. The practice asks you to strip away every single distraction and just observe the raw, unfiltered reality of your own mind. We've seen the profound rewards and the potential dangers of that journey, which leaves us with one last question. What would happen if you saw your own mind exactly as it is?